So the games are coming thick and fast in the Premier League this season, and Saturday lunchtime sees us travel down to Goodison Park to take on Everton, and this is not going to be an easy game. Let's not beat around the bush here. Newcastle United have struggled, no win in 11 games. Everton have had a decent season. They had a draw last night against Leicester City. Probably should have won had it not been for Pickford's error. They are going strong this season, and it's not going to be easy for Newcastle United. But let's take a look at Everton, let's take a look at Newcastle, and see if there's any possibility that Newcastle United can end this absolutely shambolic run. This is the Toon Review. Hi everyone, I'm Paul. Welcome back to the Toon Review YouTube channel, where we are previewing Saturday lunchtime kickoff against Everton at Goodison Park in the Premier League. And, you know, like I said in the intro, this is going to be a very, very tough game for Newcastle. We're really up against it at the moment. No win in 11 games. We've brought in Graeme Jones. That is not going to make a difference overnight. He's only been here for a day or so. So realistically, we're looking at the same sort of formations and team lineups that we have done in recent games. Everton are performing very, very well this season. Ancelotti's brought some very good players in. The likes of James Rodriguez. Calvert-Lewin is on fire at the minute, and he'll be chomping at the bit to get amongst the Newcastle players. That's a certainty. For us, you know, I'm going to go with two versions of the team. I think one version is what I think Steve Bruce will play, and the other is what I want to see us go like. So there'll be very, very different lineups, very different formations. But for me, I think Steve Bruce is going to go 5 at the back again. I've got no doubt about that. He seems to like that formation, even though we've only won twice in, I think, 25 games with 5 at the back. It doesn't work. We all know as fans it doesn't work. But, you know, we know that Steve Bruce is a very, very stubborn man. He likes to stick by his ways. Dinosaur tactics, and quite frankly, Everton will be looking forward to playing us on Saturday. There is no doubt about it. You know, teams are looking at us now in the Premier League and thinking, when do we play Newcastle? We need a lift. Just like Leeds did the other night. You know, Leeds didn't play very well at all, but they won, and they showed fight and they showed heart. Yes, we were much better in the second half. Let's not forget that. We were good. We were good, we attacked, we put the pressure on Leeds. We should have got something out of the game. And it's a long time since I've been able to say that on a Newcastle United video, that we should have got something from the game. We probably deserved at least a point, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. We continue this barren run, and it has got to try and end against Everton. Now, the team lineup that I think Steve Bruce will go with is obviously a 5 at the back. Probably the same players. I think he will go with Murphy again. I don't know why Manquillo is not in the side. I cannot understand that. I don't know why he was dropped for the Leeds game. It just bewilders me why he doesn't see that he is our best right back at the minute. But that's the way the man thinks. Across the back, I think he'll go with the same defenders in Schar, Lascelles and Hayden. I don't think Fernandez and Clark are going to be fit enough. I think it's too early for them. They'll possibly be looking for a return next week. But we will have to wait and see on that. There's certainly no team news as far as I've seen at the minute. But I would think he'll stick with those 3 centre-backs. I think he'll stick with Lewis at left wing-back. I mean, the guy is having a torrid time at the minute. And Steve Bruce seems determined not to take him out of the firing line. We are struggling for left-backs at the minute. You know, he could play Richie there. However, Richie looks like he's on his way to Bournemouth again. You know, there's strong sources telling me that he's on the move, but we'll just have to wait and see. It could involve a swap deal, but I'll be discussing that in my live stream later tonight. With midfielders, you know, he seems determined to put Hendrick in as much as he can. He seems to think that he's a workhorse in the middle. I don't see what Jeff Hendrick brings to the team at all. But again, this is the team I think Bruce will go for. I think you play Hendrick again alongside Shelvey. I don't know why he does this, but I think that's the way he'll go. I think you'll play the three up front again with Fraser on the right, Almiron on the left, and Wilson through the middle. Now, we know that this tactic doesn't work. You know, the first half against Leeds was pretty dreadful, if we're honest. And it wasn't until half-time until things changed. And I have a feeling the players had more to do than the actual manager did. So, you know, I think the players stepped up and thought, you know, we're not having this anymore. We need to go at them. Everton, you know, they do have liabilities, and one of them is Jordan Pickford. He made another mistake last night against Leicester City. Tielemans hit a shot from way outside the box, and, well, not way outside the box, but you know what I mean. And, you know, it should have been a straightforward save for Pickford, but he didn't. He let the ball in the net. And again, that just emphasises for me that this guy is not England's number one goalkeeper. And I think Everton fans know that. He makes too many mistakes, and he's letting Everton down this season. You know, he's made some horror mistakes that have led to goals that have cost Everton points. And I don't know how long he can go on for like that. Ancelotti is a very astute manager, and he must realise that Jordan Pickford is not the answer for Everton. Defensively wise, I've got some very, very good defenders. I like Godfrey. I like Mina. There's some good players there. So, you know, we will have to work hard if we're going to try and score any goals against Everton. But there is liabilities there, and there is opportunities there. In the midfield, I think Everton, you know, have some very, very talented midfielders, and especially James Rodriguez. This guy pulls the strings for Everton. He's a fantastic player. We all know that. And really, he's a lot better than what we've got in our midfield at the minute. So, you know, whether Steve Bruce has done his homework on Everton, that remains to be seen. He doesn't do his homework very much as far as I'm concerned, because he goes out with the one defensive tactic, and he sticks by that. Unless we're getting beat, and then he just throws everybody on and thinks, right, we need to get back in the game. I don't know why we have to be so responsive in games. Why can't we start off like we did against Leeds United in the second half? Why not go out from the off with that attitude? Because I'll tell you something, it'll surprise a lot of teams if we go out like that. Because they'll be expecting us to sit behind the ball and just take it up the arse again. Well, why not go out and actually show other teams that we can attack and we can keep to the way we played in the second half against Leeds? Now, as for the team that I'd pick, I would go 4 at the back. You know, my formation that I really think does us good is the 4-2-3-1, and I won't be moved on that. I think 4 at the back suits us much better. So I would go Dubravka in goal, because I really think it's time for Dubravka to come back now, more so because he's very vocal as well, and he helps the defence out a lot. But we need our best players. I've said this before. We need our best players out there on the pitch. So I would go Dubravka in goal. Right back, without a shadow of a doubt, Javi Manquillo. Left back, you know, Richie probably on his way out, so we'd have to go with Lewis at the minute. Let's just hope that things develop with Jetro and we can get him in before the end of the window. Centre-backs, I'd go with Schar and Lascelles. I think they're the only fit ones we've got at the minute. But if we did have Clark or Fernandez fit for the Everton game, I'd put one of those two in alongside Lascelles. And I'll tell you why in a moment. On the right-hand side, I would go with probably Fraser. I think he did a decent job there on the other night against Leeds. And across the middle, I'd play Miggy in the number 10. On the left-hand side, again, it's take your pick. I'd actually give young Anderson a go. I know, you know, Steve Bruce seems to have this thing where he doesn't like playing the kids, but young Anderson deserves a chance, and I think he's far more influential than probably what Joe Linton or someone like that would be. ASM's not fit yet, so I doubt he'll be starting. He'll probably come on for quite a chunk of the second half, but that's a risk if he starts him. But if he's fit, if he thinks he can start, then ASM starts on the left. We've got Miggy, we've got Fraser, we've got ASM, and we've got Wilson. That is a dynamic 4 up front that could score us goals. Now in the midfield, I would play Hayden and Schar, and the reason I'd play Schar is because on Wednesday night. The other night, Tuesday night, he showed just what he can do in midfield, and he showed Hendrick and Shelvey how to do it. Absolute power runs from from his own defence, through the middle, driving at defenders. Now, when was the last time we saw a Newcastle player do that? Actually drive at the defence, and he caused a lot of problems. So, for me, if we've got Fernandes or Clark fit, I would actually go with Schar in the middle with Hayden. And I hope it would work. I know Schar's been trialled in midfield a few times, and a lot of people have said, oh, he's not good enough in midfield, things like that. I think he is. And I think the way he played the other night just proved that. So I would actually go with Schar and Hayden in the middle. And I just think that's a much better option than going 5 at the back. You may not agree with me. Put in your comments below if you do agree, if you don't. But I really do think that we need to go down to Everton. We are desperately trying to get something from a football match here. You know, enough is enough. No win in 11. We've got to try and win a football match. But trying out this 5 at the back constantly doesn't work. I know we've got Steve Bruce as manager and he can't see that for himself, but we as fans know it's not working. And when we look at the team sheet on Saturday, if it's 5 at the back again, I'll just feel sunk. Because Everton have the players that can just destroy us. 5 at the back doesn't work, especially with Lewis on the left-hand side. He's not firing in all cylinders at the minute, simply because of Steve Bruce. I have no doubt about that. Manquillo is our right back, but he will probably, if he plays a 5, play Murphy, and it doesn't work. He's not a right wing back. He should be a winger. He should be given the opportunity to play as a winger if Fraser's missing. I think Fraser comes in anyway if he's fit, which I think he will be, because there's no reason why he's not. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a very, very tough game, but this is a big test for Newcastle to see how they respond to the second half we played against Leeds. I want to see that from the off against Everton. Really go at them. It's about time that we saw a full 90 minutes from a Newcastle United side where we are driving at them from the off. So important. We've got to have that mindset. And Steve Bruce, Jones, whoever it is doing the team talk, before they go out for the first half, have got to get these guys motivated, fired up, and the players have to take a look at that badge on their shirts and think, right, we are playing for the badge here. This badge means so much to so many people. So let's go and give a performance for the badge. You know, because I think there's a lot of players have gone out in recent weeks and just haven't looked at the badge on the shirt or the black and white stripes and think, do you know what? This is a massive club steeped in massive history. It's about time that we turned this club's fortunes around and actually gave the fans something to shout about. Because enough is enough. We are playing so badly, we have got to try and turn it round. And I believe if we go out with that formation and players that I've just said, we will give Everton a game. If we have the right mindset. But that's very important. That's up to the management and the coaching staff to get those players in the right mindset and get them going from the off. Massively important. So that's what I think we should do against Everton. I think we should go out with a positive mindset. We've got to go at them from the off, and hopefully we will get something from the game. I know I'm being quite optimistic again, but you know, I have to be. I can't sit here and just say, oh, it's going to be another defeat. We've got to go at them right from the off. And if we lose, we lose. But at least we'll see a team that goes out and actually tries to get something from a football match this season. So there you go. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video again. I really, really do appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, you like what you've seen, please hit the subscription button and the notification bell. And if you've liked what you've seen on the video, hit that like button, because that really does help me build the channel. Thank you very much to all my new subscribers. Means the world to me. I'll catch you on the live stream tonight. It's 8 p.m. and we've got Ben from @Toon and we've got Stephen from Geordie Talk YouTube. So it should be a good show, round about an hour, just talking about the appointment of Graeme Jones, the up-and-coming game against Everton, and any possible transfers that are coming into the club. So it should be a great show. Do get tuned into that. If you're watching this at a later date, then please go and look at it on the rerun. But thank you very much for watching. Come on, lads, let's get 3 points, please. For the love of God. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Take care. Be strong.